Hey there, I'm Tyler Lunsford, and you're watching a review of Dalton Wayne, Nicholas Lawrence, and Branden Wolfe's Penguin Live Lecture. What is up, people? My name is Tyler Lunsford, and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. Now, if you're new here, then definitely please consider subscribing and take a look around the channel at past reviews. Now, if you are new here, then welcome. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time here today. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much for that, because you didn't have to spend your time with me, but I'm glad you did. Now, this is my first ever live lecture, my Penguin Live Lecture. Not my Penguin Live Lecture, but a Penguin Live Lecture that I'm reviewing. I don't have a Penguin Live Lecture. It'd be cool if I did. Hey, maybe one day. But anyways, this is my first ever Penguin Live Lecture that I'm reviewing, so that's really cool. And I'm really excited to do that, so bear with me because I'm kind of working out some kinks to reviewing a live lecture. And let me know what you guys think of me reviewing live lectures. So definitely comment down below what you thought of this video and how I can improve it, what you think I could do with these live lectures, or if you like it, just tell me I'm perfect. That would make my day. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this video of Dalton Wayne, Nicholas Lawrence, and Branden Wolfe's Penguin Live Lecture. First off, you need to know what actually will you learn on this Penguin Live Lecture. Well, I'm going to tell you. You're going to learn, starting off with Nicholas Lawrence, his trick called the Rising. Now, he's going to teach you a sign card that rises from the bottom of the deck all the way up to the top, one-handed and completely impromptu. You're also going to learn Portal Pack, which is a visual transposition using the selection and the entire deck of cards that's also completely impromptu. Then you'll get into some gimmick magic where Nicholas will teach you how to construct the Starstruck gimmick that allows for some visual jumping inking effects like no other sign selection out there before. Starstruck is also known as Titan at this point that Nicholas released with Abstract Effects, and Portal Pack is the bonus effect taught on Fragment. Those are some fun facts for you. Then Dalton Wayne will teach you his straw ring thing, which is an anti-gravity effect using nothing but a borrowed ring and straw that ends with a strong impactful moment of astonishment. You'll also learn permanent ink, which is a diabolical method of moving real Sharpie ink from one point to another. Then you'll learn tab, which is a TNR effect using an ordinary card box. Finally, Branden Wolfe will come out and teach you Quattro the Fourth, which is a seated, tableless, coins across routine from his 2018 lecture notes, A Coin Magic Lecture by Branden Wolfe. 4 coins will travel from hand to hand, one by one, ending with a surprise production of the 4th coin on your lap. You're also going to learn Lap Dance, which is also known as the 6th point, which is a discussion on how to utilize your lap and body articulation while seated and without a table, an extension of a thought from Wands' The 5 Points in Magic book. At the end of the lecture, you'll be sitting down with the 3 and Dan Harlan, where they will talk about how they create magic, and you'll also learn some funny stories that they will tell. What will you be receiving if you decide to purchase this lecture? Well, you'll be getting a downloadable video that is 2 hours long, almost 2 hours long, where you learn all the things that I just mentioned. Like I said, I've never reviewed a Penguin Live Lecture before, so I'm going to try out this format and let me know how you guys like it in the comments section. So what I'm going to do is run through each of the effects that are taught and talk about maybe some positives, negatives, difficulty, some things that stuck out to me about each effect. So let's go ahead and start out with the Rising by Nicholas Lawrence. Now this is a cool, one-handed routine that you get to do. The whole routine's not one-handed, let me just go ahead and say that. But it's a one-handed card rising that's going to happen where your spectators have a card, it rises from the bottom of the deck to the top, and then you could hand that card out for examination, and it's completely impromptu, so you can even hand the deck out if you really wanted to. Now this is, what I want to say about it is, it's a little difficult. Now this is some sleight of hand stuff. I know you're used to Nicholas Lawrence putting out gimmick stuff, but this is sleight of hand magic at its finest. So you're going to have to put in some practice with this and actually want to learn this because it's not easy. Let me just go ahead and say that. Now when you practice this, it's probably going to take, I'm not going to put a time limit on it because it is going to take time to learn this and practice this, but that is the Rising. Next up, Nicholas teaches you Portal Pack, which I believe is the bonus routine on Fragment, but with this you will have a card, you will have a deck, and the deck is going to jump to this hand. So now you have the deck here and the card is in this hand. It's their signed card or whatever, you can hand it out. Completely impromptu, going to take some practice. It's something that, like I said, you're used to Nicholas doing some gimmick work, but this is all sleight of hand stuff except for the next one that I'm about to talk about. Finally, Nicholas is going to teach you some gimmick magic called Starstruck. Now this is actually pretty much the Titan gimmick, so if you own Titan, this is what you're going to be learning, and if you don't own Titan, this is a great opportunity to learn what it is, so you can go ahead and build it at home if you would like to, because Nicholas does teach how to build it, and teaches a routine to go with it, with the ink jumping from a card to another card, and that's pretty cool, so you're going to learn Titan. Now Dalton Wayne's going to hit the stage and teach you his ring straw thing, where you take a borrowed ring and a borrowed straw, and you can have the ring on the straw. You hold the straw like this in between your fingers or whatnot, and then the ring is going to go up the top of the straw, and then it ends clean as you would suspect. But you will have to go out and probably buy something for this if you don't already have it. You might have it if you're a magician and you're into this kind of stuff, you know, levitations and all that. But I don't want to talk too much about that or give anything away, but you might have to get something extra for that. But nonetheless, it's a really cool effect that I think you'll like if you're into that type of magic. Next, you're going to learn Tab, which is Dalton's version of a Torn and Restored with a card box. You know the little flaps, little tabs on the side of a card box? Well, Dalton rips one off, and then he restores it right there, and you can hand the deck out for examination. The box is completely normal, and you can even take the cards out and then go into a card trick right afterwards. So it's a really cool way to get into a card trick. Now, the positives about this, it's really cool. I love that the box is examinable, and you can hand it out. I think that's a really cool aspect of it. I think it's a great opener. Finally, Dalton teaches you a moving dot where you have a Sharpie and you draw a dot on your hand. Then the dot moves from one point on your hand to another point. Then the dot moves to your arm or whatever. Then your spectators can really feel it really is on your arm, and it's permanent ink until you wash it off. Now, the negative about this is that you have to be careful of your lighting when you're doing this trick. But besides that, I think it's a neat trick that you could actually do almost impromptu, not really impromptu, but if you have the gimmick on you, you can quickly get into this, and then it'll feel impromptu to the spectators, and then you get to leave with the ink on your arm, and it's permanently there, well, until you wash it off. It's not actually a tattoo, or you get a tattoo of a dot, then that'd be really cool. The final person to come out is Branden Wolfe. Now, he teaches you some really cool coin magic that is, I'm not going to say it's really difficult, but it's not easy. It's something that's going to take some practice and some sleight of hand is involved, but once you get this down, you will definitely not regret learning it. There's not too much to say about Branden Wolfe just because he did teach a lot. Like, he's out there for a good little bit of time, but he doesn't teach a lot of things. He really just spends a lot of time focusing on the coins and then talking about his lapping technique for your actual lap, which is really cool. And it's nice to hear his thoughts on that and thoughts on coin magic. So if you're into coin magic, you're really going to enjoy Branden Wolfe's segment. The lecture ends with an interview where Dan Harlan sits down with all three of the creators, and they actually talk a little bit about creating magic, you know, inspiration, stuff like that, but they also tell some funny stories and some ways of when they first created their first tricks and stuff like that, and it's really cool. I really enjoyed the interview part of it as much as I enjoyed the magic part of it, honestly. What would I give this lecture out of 10? I'm going to give this a solid 8.7 out of 10. The reason it's getting that rating is because it's a good lecture. I love Nicholas Lawrence's work, I love Dalton Wayne's work, and I'm not really that into coin magic, but I did like Branden Wolfe's routine on there as well. It's really cool, and if you're into coin magic, you're going to love that. So there's some really cool things taught on here. I love the value for the money, the different things you get. You got a mixture of sleight of hand stuff, gimmick stuff, and just I really like that. Cards, coins, all sorts of variations, so I'm going to give it that solid rating. Well, that was it. That was my first ever Penguin Live lecture review. If you like the structure of this, then definitely let me know in the comments section down below how I can improve it, or even if you just, you know, you're okay with it. If you like it, then let me know that as well so I know to keep doing my reviews like this for the Penguin Live lectures. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you'd like to purchase the Penguin Live lecture that I just reviewed for Dalton Wayne, Nicholas Lawrence, and Branden Wolfe, 3 different people on this thing, which is pretty cool, the link for it is in the description down below. Now also in the description is a link to my Instagram page. There you can follow me on Instagram at TowerLuncerMagic. There I post all sorts of behind the scenes Q&As. You can give me feedback like I'm asking now. I post some polls on there sometimes, so I'd really appreciate it if you follow me on there. And thank you so much to Dalton Wayne for allowing me to have this so I could do the review for you people out there. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle. Who says skedaddle? Do people say skedaddle still? I don't know. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle on out of here. That was, okay, I'm just gonna stop. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I hope you liked this video. If you want to purchase it, like I said, links are in the description if you want to check out any more things. So thanks so much for being here, and hopefully I'll see you in another review that I post sometime soon. See ya. Next up, Dalton Wayne is going to hit the stage and teach you his ring straw thing. Now with this, you will take a string and a raw. A string and a raw. Oh my.